Hey, and thanks for clicking on Hey, MelissaCrochets. I appreciate your click. Thank you so much for wanting to spend time with me and the yarn. So I just got a large order in from Yarnspirations, and I figured I might as well open it on a vlog and have that in my vlog bank, if you will. So here we go. So I have a big box over here, and then I also have a small tote bag over here because the box broke or something. I can't remember what happened, but here we go. So, you know, I think I'm gonna do the bag first, only because it's kind of halfway on me. So the first one I got is Bernat Blanket Sparkle. I love this stuff, it's really pretty. And this one is Lavender Sparkle. And I wanted to pair it with Bernat Blanket Tie-Dye-ish in the color Lavender. So Lavender Sparkle and Lavender Tie-Dye-ish. I think those will look really good together. I do plan on making I might do like a single crochet cardigan or a granny stitch cardigan. I'm not sure yet. I do a lot of granny stitch cardigans, but I thought it'd be fun to try some new stitches coming up. So that's why I got those. Another tie-dye, same color. And so basically I got 2 of each. So there you have it. And then I also bought this beautiful color. And the ball band just slipped off. And it is the color Tourmaline, I don't know. So that's the name of the color. It is a nice color. I have like half a skein of it, so I wanted to buy this one as well, just because what am I gonna do with half a skein? So I figured, oh, here it is right up here. Actually, you can see it. That's funny. So I have half a skein, so I wanted to buy another one just to have more options, basically. This color is really beautiful. I've been using it on a cardigan, but I needed to get more because I only had half a skein. And this is the color Mini Succulents, and it is Bernat Baby Blanket. So Mini Succulents. It's really nice. Like when it's worked up, it looks really cool too. So if I get the cardigan finished before this video goes out, I will put a picture of the cardigan here that I finished with it. I paired it with a nice like indigo color blanket yarn I got from my workplace that was like an off shade. That's it for blanket yarn right now. And then if you watch my channel, you know my absolute favorite yarn is Bernat Softy Chunky. It's the best yarn, so you can see it all up here too. And this is the color True Gray. So true, so true, true gray. So I got 2 of those because I was running out. Plain and simple. And then the other one I got is also a gray, but this is Gray Heather. So this is like a lighter gray. I'll show you the comparison. So Gray Heather and True Gray. But I use them both quite a bit, so I just wanted to stock up while I had the opportunity. And then I also got, and I haven't tried this one yet, but I've seen projects like on Pinterest or on Instagram or on Facebook made with it, and it's Red Heart Super Saver Stripes in the color Baby Rainbow. I don't know what I'm going to do with it yet. I definitely want to put it into a sweater or a cardigan, whatever you want to call it. I got 4 of them. I'm not sure what stitch I'll use or like what pattern I'm going to use. I might, you know, do stripes with white. I might do stripes with black. Maybe I'll do stripes with baby pink. I'm not sure yet, but I thought it was a really cute color and I haven't tried it yet, so I was like, I'm gonna buy it. Yarnspirations just had their big sale. I think it's still going on actually until the end of January 2025. And basically it's 70% off, well, up to 70% off. So there's a lot of really good deals, and with my employee discount, I do get a good, you know, number off of that as well. So I got a lot of yarn. Not saying I need more yarn, but oh well. I did see this Instagram reel and it was pretty funny. It said, you know, when my wife started crocheting, I didn't realize there was 2 separate hobbies involved. Buying yarn and, you know, hoarding yarn or keeping yarn or, you know, petting your yarn, collecting yarn if you want, and then crocheting. So there's 2 separate hobbies. And you know, when I heard it from that man's perspective, like he kind of went into detail more a bit about it, I thought, okay, that's interesting, because you know, you always say like, oh, I need more yarn to crochet with or to knit with. When I make projects with, I gotta buy more yarn. I've always thought of it as like, you know, like the same hobby, because I like to work through my yarn really fast, but I can understand that point of view, because some vintage yarns, when I use them, I cry a little bit because I'm like, oh no, you know, I can't get it again, and just, but also to me, I want to use it up so it's not sitting around. But either way, yarn is great. Okay, so let's get into the box now. I don't really remember what I ordered, just because I had placed it quickly while I was working, and so away it goes. Okay, so I got some brunette blanket patchwork. This is a new product, and I really love it. I got to see it, you know, probably 2 years ago, because when they design new products, it's, you know, like 2 years before, basically. So I seen all the colors, and I was like, oh, there's so many that I love. And just, I love the neon to a lot of them. And what's really nice about this patchwork is they put like a swatch on the side of the ball band. I know other yarn companies do that already, but I really appreciate that they do this on this product at least. So it's pretty cool to see how it works out. And I really like those colors. Oh, sorry, I never talked about the color. This color is Citrus Stack. So like lemon, citrus, stack. So let's see if I can get the color name there for you. Citrus Stack. It's really nice. I love those colors. Looks like I got more Citrus Stack. Okay, so here's all the cool colors. So you can see there's some orange and blue on the inside. It's cool colors. I like those. Looks like I got more patchwork. Let's see what color this is. This is the color Purple Pop. I'll take it out of the bag. Okay, so here's how it'll look worked up, and that looks single crocheted, so it looks pretty cool either way. I really like how the colors like meld together, and I appreciate that they have so many different colors in one skein, because a lot of the times it's, you know, 1 or 2 colors, or, you know, it's like a really quick variegated yarn that there's not a lot of striping in. Like, sure, this works up nice. That's the mini succulents one, but I like that they have like larger stripes and smaller stripes. They have a lot of different colors of this patchwork now, and I'm not sure if they're going to release any more colors, but gorgeous. Here's some more Purple Pop. Sounds like I'm saying like grape soda or something. Purple Pop. So, brunette blanket patchwork. Beautiful yarn. Okay, so that's mainly what I remember ordering, so the rest of it's going to be a bit of a surprise for me. Oh, okay, this is brunette blanket tie-dye-ish. Oh yes, this is the color Lunar, like, you know, lunar moon, L-U-N-A-R. And I thought it was really pretty. I wish there was a swatch on this as well, on the ball band, but I really like the colors together. So it's like a mint, like a really light mint, mint blue, I would say, like a robin's egg blue. And then there's some brown and some very light purple, and then black. So, and I guess it's just supposed to be surface, lunar, moon, I don't know. But I've seen it online. I hadn't seen it in person before, so I was like, okay, I have to order it and see it for myself in person. It's quite nice. I'm excited to see how this works up. I believe, only get 1 skein, but I guess we'll find out. So, pretty cool. Lunar. It's like reaching into a Christmas stocking, not knowing what you're gonna get. Oh, okay. Oh, parrot stripe. I know that already. That's Red Heart Super Saver stripes and parrot stripe. I love this one. I really want to make a short row beanie out of it. I followed a tutorial in, what was it? Yeah, it was in December-ish when I was doing the 31 skeins in 31 days. The pattern was by Bag O' Day Crochet, Crystal, here on YouTube, and yeah, it worked out really nice. And then I seen somebody on a Facebook group make it with parrot stripe, and it was jaw-dropping because these colors together are just gorgeous. So if you haven't seen this color in person before, next time you're at the craft store, definitely check it out. Just wow. I really can't say much else besides wow. So I really want to make one of those toques for myself out of that yarn. Oh, I love Red Heart Super Saver Biddy stripes, clearly, because I ordered it. but I hadn't seen this one in person. That is gorgeous. This is called Pink Lemonade. So Pink Lemonade, and it's the bitty stripes. I love bitty stripes. When they work up, they're just so incredibly gorgeous, and just like the watercolor effect on them. So it's like done with like a spray dye, from what I've heard at work, and what I understand is the dye is sprayed on rather than like dipped in type thing. So I love bitty stripes. So I hadn't got this one yet. I hadn't seen it in person, so that was my honest reaction right there, and gorgeous. I love it so much. Oh, another pink tie-dye, or no, sorry, pink lemonade. It is pretty tie-dye, but pink lemonade. I don't know how many I ordered, but 2 so far. I placed this order probably about 3 weeks ago. Yeah, say about 3 weeks ago. And then it's been sitting in a box because I had to wait for it to come over from our distribution center at work to the head office so I could get it, bring it home, and it's been about a week since then. So here we are. Pink lemonade. It's quite nice. I do love bitty stripes, so I'm excited to see how that works out. I don't know what I'm really going to pair it with, but I do want to do a hexagon cardigan out of it because I've done hexagon cardigans before with the bitty stripes, and they're so pretty. So we'll see. I don't know what color I'm going to put it with, but definitely a solid color. Oh, okay, this is a different one. This is tie-dye-ish again, and this is the color Fruit Punch. Okay, I had seen this in person one time at my workplace, and then I seen it quickly and it was gone, because somebody was taking a picture of it for the website and stuff, so I was like, oh, I need to get my hands on that. So when I seen the tie-dye-ish was on sale, I seen the Lunar, and I was like, what's the other one I liked? So I remember it being pink and orange. So I know there's a lot of orange in here, just not on the skein on the outside, and that's fine, but you can see it in there. So there's lots of orange. I like the pink and the orange together. It looks really nice when it's worked up. So I don't know what I'm gonna make with it, but I think it would make a really nice either single crochet cardigan or possibly like a nice blanket for charity. But I want to see how it works up, so I've only seen it in the skein before. Okay, I think what's left is the bundles. So on Yarnspirations.com, a lot of the bundles are curated by like the influencers that work with Yarnspirations or whatever. So they put together like a little kit, or sometimes even a pattern, and then you can order that kit for that pattern, or sometimes they just have aesthetic bundles, which was what this first one was. I think it's done by Daisy Farm Crafts. I'll put the screenshot here. This is Brunette Forever Fleece. I love Forever Fleece. It's just so beautiful. It's a super bulky 6, and it's 100% polyester. And if you haven't felt it in person, when you see it in the store, just give it a cuddle and a hug, because it is so incredibly soft. It's different from chenille. So chenille is like blanket yarn, but this is again 100% polyester. But I just love it. It almost feels like nylon, but nylon feels worse in my opinion. So I really like Brunette Forever Fleece. So this was a bundle. As I said, it comes in 5 colors, and I plan on making either myself a sweater out of, I have a lot of Forever Fleece. If you watch my yarn stash tour, you know that I've been saving some Forever Fleece to make some sweaters for myself. So but I had bought a bundle, this exact bundle previously, and it was such a good deal. I was like, I'm gonna order it again because why not? So this is the color Macta, or Matcha, whatever you call it, like Macta tea. I don't know how to pronounce that word. So Macta, M-A-T-C-H-A. So that's the first one. And the next one is Balsam, or Balsam, whatever, like the tree. I pronounce things differently. People tell me that. The girls at work laugh at me when I pronounce like my employee badge, or like I say, and go home take a bath, right? Instead of bath. See, I can't even say it properly. I don't know. Whatever. Maybe it's a Canadian thing. So this color Balsam. I think this is also Balsam. Yeah, because there was 2 that were the same color and the rest are different colors. So it's all Forever Fleece. They do have one that's called Forever Fleece Finer, and that's like a worsted 4-weight. I don't like that one. I just find it too slippery to work with. I like a bulky 6, or a super bulky 6 and a bulky 5. This is the color Bergamot. And this beautiful color, it's a nice dusty pink, but this is called Patchouli. So it's like a beautiful pale dusty pink. So this next bundle here is a collection of Bernat Maker. I don't remember what influencer it was designed or inspired or whatever by. I'll put the name here, or sorry, I'll put the screenshot here because I don't want to say the wrong thing. So Bernat Maker, if you don't know, is like a tubular yarn. So if you see the texture there, it was Bernat Home Decor for a while, or Bernat Home or whatever. And then they kind of rebranded it because people assumed that it was like only for home decor. But you can make blankets out of it. I plan on making some cardigans or maybe some swimsuit cover-ups. It does get a little bit heavy. So my plan is to do an open stitch. So either like the vine stitch, the iris stitch, maybe like a box stitch, a V-stitch, I don't know yet. But something a bit more like open. I had talked to my coworker about it. She has lots of experience as well. And I said, have you made any clothing out of it? And she had said, yeah, she made a dress for her daughter. So as she said, it worked out nice, but open stitches is the way to go. So this is the color Saffron. And it is a bulky 5. Bernat Maker, 72% cotton, 28% nylon. It does work really well for like home decor and stuff as well, but I really don't make that stuff. I'm sure people made amigurumi out of this. I just don't really look at amigurumi stuff, so unsure. I'm sure if you Google it. So you can see the texture there. It's like a pillowy texture. There is Bernat Plush that is like, there's Plush Big that's really tubular, and then there's Plush that's closer to this size but still a bit bigger and it's a lot heavier. That I would not make clothing out of, but this one I'm gonna at least give it a try. And then it was on a bundle deal discount thing, so I ended up buying 2 bundles because my employee discount made it really cheap for me. So I got a bunch of different colors, which is pretty cool. So this one is like a curated color palette, and then the other one, same thing. So first one in this box is Saffron. Sorry, in this palette, Saffron. And then this next one, that's beautiful, has the color Jam, like strawberry jam. Or if you watch Parks and Rec, Jeremy Jam, the best character. So it's a color Jam. That's really nice. The colors are showing pretty true to screen today, like on my phone there, so hopefully that's helping out. It's a nice color. And I hadn't seen any of these in person before. I mean, of course, you know, I've seen them at like, maybe like Walmart or Michael's as I was, you know, quickly walking past, but I didn't stop to feel or look. But when they were on sale in a bundle, I was like, So this is the color Fawn, like a baby deer. Fawn, F-A-W-N. It's a nice color. I would honestly call that like paprika or, I don't know, paprika steak. This color, nice color too. It's color Soft Peach. I don't think I would have named it Soft Peach. I maybe would have called it like Soft Mauve. But keep in mind, I am partially colorblind. If you don't watch my channel, you don't know that, FYI. So if I tell you a certain, like, if I think it looks like a certain color, it may not look like that to you. That's just the way it goes. So it is a bulky 5. I don't remember if I mentioned that. And then 72% cotton, 28% nylon. Okay, and this one is the color Cream, like coffee and cream. So that is quite nice. I would agree that's a good name for it. And this one is also cream. So in total, I think there was 6 skeins. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in this bundle, which is pretty cool. And as I said, it was like a bundle deal curated by one of the influencers that works with Yarnspirations. So that's the first bundle. I think this one was called like Warm Tones. So I figured I'd give it a try. I don't know if I'm gonna, like when I do like the wearables, I don't think I'm gonna put like all these together in one. I really don't think that yellow really matches, but I think this will look really nice together. So let me know your thoughts if you have any thoughts on this. And again, that yellow one is called Saffron. This next bundle is also Bernat Maker, but it's in cool tones. Here's the first one. It's like a nice pastel blue. It's called Sky Blue. That's pretty accurate. And again, the same yarn is 72% cotton, 28% nylon, a bulky 5. I guess I never talked about the yardage. It's 317 yards, 290 meters. So 8.8 ounces, 250 grams. It really is a nice yarn. I'm excited to work with it. I haven't worked with it yet, as I said, but I'm sure it'll go just fine. And this one is called Gray. That's a pretty boring color name, but that's okay because it suits. It's like a cloudy gray, I would say. So, very nice. This one is called, you guessed it, Navy. That's a really nice color though. And this color is called Lichen, or Lichen? Lichen. L-I-C-H-E-N. Lichen. I would have called it olive, but maybe they were looking for something other than the word olive. So it's quite nice. I like it. I'm going to save the nicest one for last. So this is the second last one. This is Steel Blue. It's a nice color. Steel Blue. Pretty. And I saved the nicest for last. It's beautiful. This is the color Teal. Very nice. It's funny because like it feels like you wouldn't think there's so much yardage in here because of like how compact the skein is, but like it's quite heavy, so it's quite nice. So that's the color Teal. I really like that one. If I had to make myself a sweater out of this is probably the color I would go with. I don't know what I would really pair it with. I think these three together would look really nice. So if I were to make myself something out of this yarn, it would definitely be in these three colors. And these three colors are the soft peach and jam, soft peach, jam, and teal. So I'll be wearing peach jam with teal. But it's pretty nice. I really like this yarn. Hopefully I like working with it. I mean, as I said, I've never tried it before, but I look forward to it at least. So here's the mountain of yarn that we just unveiled. It's quite a bit. Everything is over here except for the Bernat maker. I just threw it in the box over here. But if I had to pick a favorite from today, it's going to be the Red Heart Super Saver Biddy Stripes in Pink Lemonade. Just look at those colors. It's gorgeous. I'm very excited to use this. You know, of course I have other yarn I should be using and I want to be using, but honestly I might start this soon. Just because of how nice it is. So, and like, I know when a lot of people think about Red Heart, they think scratchy and itchy and, you know, grandma's Red Heart. But like the Biddy Stripes is so incredibly soft. And I don't know if they put like extra softener on it when they make it, but gorgeous either way. Hello again. I did not expect to do 2 yarn hauls in one video, but honestly I might as well. Just because they're so close together. So the one that you just seen was on January 25th that arrived, or when I filmed it, whatever. Or edited it, I don't remember. And that is now, the day is February 13th, one day before Valentine's Day. And then I got another large box in, and we can talk about why in a minute here. So I actually have 3 things to, possibly 4, because I have one arriving today, but it's not here yet. It's a bit of a snowstorm here in Ontario, Canada, as always. I swear I say that in every winter video, because it's true. So, I have 3, maybe 4 things to unbox, depending on when the other one gets here. If it arrives after I'm done filming this video, I'm not going to bother. Because it's just a small thing from Temu. So, the first one I'm going to open is in my 31 bag here. I went to the local yarn store, and I had to get a few things for a project, and I was like, oh, well, I'm here, I'll look around. Okay, so the first 2 things that I purchased were more of the Red Heart Super Saver Stripes in Baby Rainbow. As my last haul. I actually got picked for a pattern test, and by the time this video releases in March, the pattern test will like already be done and it'll be available and stuff, so check out my Instagram for all the details on that. I can't release any details just yet because testing is still being done. Had this date and time. I also got 2 skeins of black because I want to start some hexagon cardigans soon and I need a black. I picked up 2, I think it's 2 the same. I thought these were 2 different, but oh well, that's fine. So I got floral prints and floral prints. This is Bernat Handicrafter. It is 100% cotton. And this is the big ball skein, whatever you want to call it. It is 12 ounces, 340 grams, 573 yards, and 524 meters. So the reason I bought this, and I thought they were 2 different things, but it's okay. I mean, I'll use them. I don't use cotton often, but the reason I bought these is for an event that I have coming up. I was approved to do a big market at a winery that I've heard great reviews about. So I'm going to make a whole bunch of bathing suit, swimsuit, whatever you want to call them, cover-ups. So for, you know, for the beach, or for, I don't know, lounging around your pool type thing, or if you're going on tropical vacation. So that's what those are for. I have been doing them in the same style as my cardigans. They just work out really nice that way, actually. So, and then I've been doing like an open weave so they're not too hot and stuff. So I do have one finish, and I will show you that in just a few. These next 3 items I'm going to pair with this, which I already had on my shelves. And this is Brunette Blanket in the color Burnt Mustard. So there's that color, and I am going to pair it with what I purchased, which is also Brunette Blanket in Vintage White. And then 1 row of this. Can you tell what it's going to be? I've made one before for my sister's birthday. No? Okay. Well, it's going to be a blanket that looks like a cigarette. They work out pretty cool. So once I get this finished, keep an eye on my Instagram and my Etsy shop, because I do want to start selling these. They're a lot of fun to make. So that's what it looks like. I do have one more vintage white. So the burnt mustard I already had here, and then the white and the black charcoal I had to purchase. So this is Brunette Blanket Dappled. And it's very much similar to like Brunette Blanket Speckle. Basically the exact same thing, just has a bit more color in it. This is the color Charcoal. So this is a nice color. I do like this one. And I like the Dappled because the cakes are woven pretty tight. Some of the cakes that you get are just so loose and floppy and they take up so much shelf space. So I usually do recake things, but this one I probably won't until I use some out of it, obviously. And of course then it'll collapse a bit on itself. So that was everything in this bag. The second thing we're going to open is from Temu. I was scrolling on their app because I'm addicted, and then you type in yarn one time and then they send you all these offers. So I was like, you know what, I'm going to try at least. You know, I'm going to see what we can find. So the other one that hasn't arrived yet is also yarn, but this one arrived first. The first thing in this package is this, it says hand knitting yarn, but it's like 100% polyester. It's like a little velvet. It has like a little slide, so let's look at one up close. I want to do a little bit of amigurumi with this, so let's pull out the yellow one. Quality looks pretty good. I mean, you know, can't complain for such a cheap price. Here is the label if you want to look it up for yourself on Temu. I think they have like an affiliate program, but I haven't signed up and I really don't plan to, so otherwise I would give you the link and all that stuff. But honestly, just type in polyester yarn to Temu and you'll get lots of options. So it's a pretty nice quality. So this was more of like a pastel pack, and they had a whole bunch of different colors you could choose from. Like there's so many yarn manufacturers in China, right? So I think they all had like a little shop on Temu. And they were offering all their yarns on like their little individual shops. So this one is more of a primary colors, I guess. So there's a lilac, a blue, a lime, yellow again, red, and orange. And it looks like it's from the same company. I don't believe that they were from the same like Temu store online. They might have been. I don't remember, to be honest with you. So basically anybody can start a little shop on Temu and then, you know, like sell their wares. They basically like Amazon, like resell or whatever. So I'm assuming they bought this for discounted price and they put it on Temu. So I believe this came from 2 different stores. I don't think I bought anything from the same like little mini store on Temu, if you will. Think of it like a shopping mall. You know, there's so many different stores. Always look at the reviews as well, because I did order one thing and the pictures made it look like it was like 30 pieces of, it was like a little pegboard from my wall over there. And the pictures made it look like it was 30 pieces included, but there's only 2 12 by 12 pegboards. Like there was like the stuff to hang it on the wall and stuff, like the adhesives, but there was no like little trays or little cups. So I always do go and leave reviews just to let people know that so they don't go and buy that same thing. And it's actually pretty easy to return. I was surprised. I thought I'd have to ship things back to China, but no, they have a distribution center here in Scarborough, Ontario. I'm in the same province, so that was nice. And you know, as soon as I dropped it off at the post office, I got my refund. I chose to take it as a Temu credit because they gave me an extra few dollars. So I was like, I might as well because I'm going to buy more. So yay. This next one is pretty cute actually. So when you are shopping on Temu, always look at the grams of the skeins because they make them look so big with their photography tricks. It looks like you're getting like, you know, like a big skein of Bernat blanket, for example, but in reality you get 50-gram balls. And I knew this because I knew to look. But these are super cute. I seen the colors and I was like, well, this is all the same color, just wound differently. But I thought they were really pretty. I don't know what I'm going to use it for, but it's nice. I would say it's probably like a worsted weight, more so than like a bulkified. And that's everything in this Temu bag now. So my other Temu yarn order arrived. And I know I said I wasn't going to show it here on this video, but I have to laugh at myself because remember yesterday I was saying that, you know, anybody can start a little store on Temu or whatever and like, you know, retail other companies' items. So these are from yesterday, if you remember. So we had a pastel set and more of like a primary and pastel set. So that's that. So memorize those colors. And then this arrived. So there are some other colors in there. Like I didn't have the cream color or like this dark green. I had a lot of the other colors. So the smaller ones are the ones from yesterday. So, and they're the same label and everything. So I was like, wait a minute, I already got these. But here we are. And something else comical. Remember from yesterday, which you should because you just seen that video. I bought more of this apparently. I mean, like it's beautiful and no problem, but I was like, wait a minute. And it's the same color, I've already checked. I did buy two things that I haven't bought previously, so that was nice. This one is, it's really pretty. It's also the same label, like from the same company, I'm assuming, or manufacturer. It was marketed as a worsted 4-way, but honestly I would say it's more of a 3. So I will double strand this for charity beanies. I just wanted to see what it was like, and honestly it didn't cost much, so why not? And then the other one I hadn't ordered previously is this one here, and I'm gonna unravel it. This is it here, and it is 45% cotton, 55% acrylic. I wish it came in more, like a bigger skein or piece or whatever, but it's fine. Not much you can do about it, so it is quite nice. The next thing we're gonna unbox together is this really big box. I had to like grab my tripod. So it's this big box right here, and it's quite large. I decided not to sit on the floor this time, only because this box being so tall, I was like, I'd have to edit me climbing into the box every time. Let's dive in. This is from Yarnspirations. All right, so diving in, I got more handicrafter cotton for the exact same reason, for bathing suit, swimsuit cover-ups. And this is the color Soft Cream. It's a nice color. You know, I really don't like working with neutrals or boring or solid colors, but if I want to sell these, I know I can't do anything super duper crazy. And like, honestly, I think if I was going to buy a swimsuit cover-up, I kind of want something like neutral anyway, because your swimsuit is usually the colorful masterpiece, right? So, put that there. Looks like I got 2 more of Soft Cream. Yep, that's correct. I don't remember ordering 4, so I'm just going to check the packing slip quickly. Okay, that's the only one I did order 4 of. So, who knows? So, it's 4 of them in total. I love this next one. This is one of my favorites. I don't know how it's going to end up working up in like the bathing suit cover-ups, but I think it'll still be really pretty. And this is called Pretty Pastels. Yep, Pretty Pastels Ombre. I know a lot of people do like the Lay's Sugar and Cream cotton and peaches and cream and stuff for wearables. Personally, I don't like it. I like having these big skeins of handicrafter. They do have smaller balls of handicrafter, but if I'm making these outfits, cardigans, whatever, cover-ups, then I definitely want the big balls. So it looks like I only ordered 1 of this, and this is the color Soft Gray. Honestly, in person, it's much more green than anything. I mean, to me, I am partially colorblind, so you might be looking at it being like, that's great, Melissa, but to me, my eyeballs here in person, it looks more green. I mean, the gasher, you probably pass it off as a gray. It's called Soft Gray. Either way, it's a nice color, and like, it'll make a nice bathing suit cover-up for someone, so there we go. And I have until May to finish all of these. The event is May 30th and 31st. I'm looking forward to it. I haven't booked my Airbnb and all that stuff, and accommodations, and you know, got Larry into daycare, etc. Next up, 2 big balls. I completely forgot that I ordered these. I got the Bernat Super Value the other day at the, like in the store, and I completely forgot that I ordered these big black balls. These are Red Heart Super Saver Black, and these are the jumbo ones. They were on a really good sale because Red Heart was on sale, and then like with my employee discount, even though I'm not an employee anymore technically, I am employed technically still until the beginning of May, so I used my discount code on that, and there you have it. So there's 2 big black balls, and then 2 big white balls, skates. So I do enjoy how jumbo these are. Let's look at the yardage, because honestly I don't remember. So 100% acrylic, as we all know, and the yardage is 744 yards, 681 meters, 14 ounces, 396 grams in total. It's really nice. I like this yarn. I wanted to order black and white because when I do hexagon cardigans, I usually do like a colored stripe or a variegated stripe, and it looks really cool with like white and then one with black. I don't know if I have a picture of, yeah, I have a picture of it. And I did one that was like striped with white and like a rainbow one. So I'll put a picture here. It turned out really nice and I really liked it. I seen somebody online do, so you know in hexagon cardigans you work one panel and then one panel, so left side and right side. I seen somebody do like a black stripe on one side and then a white stripe on the other side. I was like, ooh, that's tempting. I might do that soon. So it looked really good. So those were all the individual skates. I did get some more bundles. So the bundles that I ordered were more Bernat Maker, and that is what I'm using for the swimsuit cover-ups. So the cotton that you would have just seen me open, and then also the Bernat Maker is working up really nicely into the bathing suit swimsuit cover-ups that I'm going to do for the Niagara market. I already have one finished, which I'll show you shortly. So I got 2 more of each of these because there was only 2 left at the Canadian like warehouse and stuff. So I was like, okay, I'm getting both of them. So I mean, with the margins and stuff that I'm gonna make on these swimsuit cover-ups, I mean, it'll be covered, it's fine. And it wasn't honestly a lot. Each of the skeins ended up being, I think, about $5.45 with like, you know, the bundle discount, etc. So I got 2 of each of those, and let me show you how it is working up. I do have a plus size one started, but I ran out of yarn, so hence why I had to order more. And I'm really, at first I really didn't like the yarn. It does not work well in certain stitches. I was trying to do, it's like a floral stitch I found on YouTube here. I'll put a screenshot here. But one with ADHD and being distracted all the time, even with like medication and stuff, it was really hard to follow that stitch count pattern because you had to do 3 chains, single crochet, 5 chains, triple crochet, 1 chain, treble crochet, etc. You know, and like it formed like a really pretty flower. Like I got probably about 8 rows in. I was like, my brain can't do it this. Like I couldn't set it down and pick it up the next day. I tried for like 3 days in a row and I was like, you know what, I'm gonna frog it and do the granny stitch. Someday I'll figure out more stitches. But with this yarn, I think, like, remember in the first clip my friend said, yeah, definitely do like a more open weave stitch. And I think she's right. Like the granny stitch isn't like super heavy or anything, but I mean, no, I wouldn't say it's heavy, but it's still like nice and airy and light. So this will be a plus size one, and I completely ran out of the navy, but I wanted to make it striped, so I couldn't really continue until I got the new yarn in. So this is what it will look like eventually. It's working up really nice. I'm doing treble crochets on them just so I can get, you know, the height and stuff, and like, as I said, I don't want to make it too heavy. So if I did like a double crochet, I'd have to add more rows and stitches and therefore heavier. And the one that I have finished completely is like a standard size one. So probably like size extra small to like possibly extra large, maybe large. And I did a V-stitch on this one. It turned out really nice. I do like it. It's not too heavy. I think it'll look really good for like a bathing suit cover up. And this is in the color cream. I'll talk about the stitches on this. So it was a V-stitch, but every 10 rows I did 2 rows of double crochets, like V-stitch as well, but just to give it a bit more structure, because I found with the V-stitch and like the treble crochets, like it was very loose and like floppy, so I just added that for a bit of structure, and it turned out really nice. So this is exactly what I'm planning on making with a whole bunch of their Bernat Makers, and I'm basically just making them like my regular cardigans that I do all the time, just obviously with different yarn for a different purpose. Thank you so much for watching this video. I didn't expect to be doing 2 yarn hauls here, and I've already filmed an outro. Like that first yarn haul was all ready to go and edited and everything, so I'm just going to insert this one like in between. So my outro is going to be past me from January. So let's cut to that beautiful girl there. That's all I have to show you today. Thank you so much for clicking on my video. I hope you appreciated this yarn haul. If you ordered something from Yarnspirations recently that you really loved, I would love to hear about it, because it's always nice to hear from others that use the product. Please remember that you are strong, you are beautiful, you are loved, you belong, and the world appreciates having you here.